Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review, or sort of general thoughts on the first two seasons of the anime known as Tokyo Ghoul. I have the first season on DVD right here, and then I also have the second season, which is actually my girlfriend's copy, but I'm going to be buying my own copy of that one soon. I've just fairly recently gotten more into anime. I've always been a, decent fan of Dragon Ball Z, especially, but I never really watched too much anime at all besides that. But thanks to my girlfriend over the past while, she had me check out shows like Tokyo Ghoul, Hellsing Ultimate, Ghost in the Shell, which I just got a poster of the movie right there. I liked the movie, but anyway, the video is done about that. And just some other things lately. And my interest in anime has really gotten, pretty high, or at least with certain shows that sort of fit into, things I'm interested in. Of course, Tokyo Ghoul being like a dark fantasy, supernatural kind of horror series. It's definitely the type of one I'd check out if I did check one out, you know what I mean? And I gotta say, I really, really like Tokyo Ghoul. I'm not gonna be able to go like fully in depth, and there are much better videos and blogs out there, about like all the meanings and everything like that. But this is just a fan, talking about how much she enjoyed it. So much so that I actually have like a wall scroll on the way that's gonna go around there as well of Toka. She's my favorite character on the show, and I watched the dubbed versions of both seasons, and I think it's fine. I'm kind of used to seeing like dubs, from both Godzilla movies and animated, as far as like Dragon Ball Z goes too. And I think the dubs are fine. It's some of the better ones I've seen. The voiceovers, I mean. So Tokyo Ghoul, though, the story. I'll just read this to you from Oscar-nominated director Shohei Morita. I really can't pronounce names, apparently. And the studio that brought you Bleach, and anyway, comes a twisted new series that blurs the line between man and monster. Ken Kaneki is a loner in a world where ghoul, human-like creatures who survive on human flesh and people are at war. His biggest concern is which novel to pick up next. But when a date with the beautiful and mysterious Rize turns deadly, and a life-saving operation horrifyingly transforms him into a human-ghoul hybrid. Now Kaneki lives on the edge of two worlds, afraid to interact with humans out of fear of his thirst for blood, and being haunted by ghouls who want to feast on his uniquely bred flesh. Can he find his place in a society where it's hunt or be hunted? So yeah, it's like the initial story right there. Ken Kaneki is our main protagonist, but of course, with him trying to find his place in either world, there's a ton of other characters involved with it. Then you also have like this group called the CCG, who investigate and look and hunt for these ghouls, these types of creatures. So they're a big focus on the show as well. You get to know a lot of the investigators and things like that. I'll admit I have trouble remembering like all the names and everything. So Ken Kaneki, he has a really interesting transformation throughout season 1, and he's almost completely different in season 2 because of what he's turned into and what he believes he now is. Really, some nice development, I thought. I've heard, I haven't read the manga. It is based off of manga, by the way, of course. I haven't read it myself. But I hear people complaining all the time that, the anime is shit, compared to the manga or whatever. But you're gonna get fans, whining like that, with any, sort of a, show or movie like this. You get it with anything that has a fan base nowadays. But really, I thought, despite not really reading the manga, I still was really interested in it. Tokyo Ghoul really impressed me. Not being like a huge anime fan, it really drew me in. I liked the Kaneki character, but my favorite by far was definitely Toka. She was kind of the character I latched onto the most, and we see a lot of growth and a lot of like emotion with her. And she sort of serves as like Kaneki's mentor in a way at the initial start, because yes, he's turned into a ghoul by Rize, but you know, she's the first one who sort of you know, brings him into this world, you know, and kind of, you know, like literally forces him to you know, get into what he is. But they do really form like a very strong bond throughout the season. We see more layers to Toka throughout, you know, her relationship with her brother, what happened to her father, everything like that. So she's a really, really good female character, I think. And her season 1 journey and what she does compared to like what she's going through in season 2, again, is just completely different. This really shows you how far they bring along the characters and everything like that. And yeah, okay, so there is a lot of violence on the show. You know, it's not like it's not. I would say like Hellsing Ultimate is a lot more violent, but that's kind of more like action driven anyway. But when this does have fight scenes, it does have like, you know, some blood splatter here and there, and you know, different wounds, and you know, sort of you know, when they get like punched through their body and everything like that, of course. But you know, it's not like it's definitely not all about that either. I absolutely love the score, and I love the music on this show. It really helps me to appreciate those kinds of things a little bit more, I think. I absolutely love the opening music in the first season, you know, Unravel. You know, I'm addicted to that song. It really, the lyrics are really, really compelling, and it really, really tie in nicely with the show, and just the beat, the riff to it. Yeah, I kind of wish they would have kept Unravel for season 2 for sure. Now, as far as which season was better, you know, I personally thought season 1 was a little bit superior. Season 2 just felt a little bit more inconsistent to me for some reason. I don't know if it was just a story or, you know what, but season 2 I still thought was fairly good, though. You know, definitely followed up Kaneki's story nicely. I thought they could have done a little bit more with Toka in season 2, but she definitely has a lot of key things going on with her as well. You know, there's also this guy, you know, known as the Gourmet initially, voiced by the guy who voices the Black Butler, Sebastian, or Sebastian, I should say. That's another show my girlfriend's having me watch, by the way. He turns out to be a fun character as well. You know, so the animation is pretty nice too, and the way season 2 ended, I really hope we get a season 3 though. I know, I think we are, but it's on a weird hold and delay right now. I don't really know what's going on. I don't know if they're waiting for more of the manga. We're getting a live action movie this year. I'm not sure how that's going to turn out, but if I do get the chance to see it, I'll let you guys know. But hopefully we get season 3 by 2018, because it's definitely a pretty major cliffhanger at the end of season 2. You know, with the death of, you know, Hide and everything like that. I probably mispronounced his name again, but, you know, Kaneki's friend from when he was, you know, still just a regular kid. That was really, really well done. That's another thing about the show. It knows when to play music and when not to. When it does, it can make these moments feel even more epic than they already are, and have like a lot of like drive behind it. But then there's just these moments of like silence, you know, just with the characters looking at each other, or just like these little bits of dialogue spaced out with no music. You can feel it, and I really think they're clever with how they go about doing that. And of course you have like the owl and everything, you know, the guy running the coffee shop. You know, Toka, you know, she does in a way want a normal life. She eventually bonds with this little girl after she lost her mother and everything like that. Kaneki grows attached to her as well. Hidemi, I think is her name. Again, I could be mispronouncing or mixing up the names, but hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. There's just so much to talk about with Tokyo Ghoul, and I thought, even though I did like season 1 more overall, I did really love the last, you know, handful, like 4 or 5 episodes of season 2. Just that whole sequence of the battle breaking out, you know, in the sector and everything like that. You know, with the CCG launching their full-out assault, you know, against the owl and everything else. It was really, really intense, and just like a really nice flowing, you know, battle, you know, throughout the episodes and everything like that. And again, the battle and the battles, the fights, the action, you know, that's definitely not the focal point of Tokyo Ghoul. It's definitely the characters, and the characters are really, really strong in this. There's plenty of them I'm not mentioning, like there's a Suzuya, you know, and it's just really, really cool, okay? I absolutely love Tokyo Ghoul as a non-anime fan. I was pretty damn surprised. I still have my fondness for Dragon Ball Z, and I really especially love what they did with Vegeta in that show. You know, Piccolo, of course, too, and everything like that. But I gotta say that Tokyo Ghoul is definitely a notch, you know, quite a few notches above it, I think, in terms of storytelling and characters and stuff, and it doesn't feel stretched out. Dragon Ball Z has some great moments, but there's just so many episodes, you know, where they really, really, you know, kind of pull things away. Tokyo Ghoul, there's, you know, endless things I could say about it. I'm sure there's things I'm forgetting. I'm definitely not doing it any justice, but I really loved it. If I had to rate it, that's pretty difficult. If I had to rate the first season, I feel like I need to rewatch the first season because I didn't like really give it as much credit when my girlfriend was first showing it to me. But if I had to rate it, I'd rate it like an A, almost an A plus, and then as far as the second season, I'd give it like a B plus maybe. But season 2 is still really good. Still really like it a lot. We need a damn season 3. But yeah. So let me know what you guys thought about or think about Tokyo Ghoul. Are you a big fan of the show? Do you like it? Do you hate it? I don't really see how you could, honestly. Yeah, so again, Toka is my favorite, you know, just her emotional journey, and she tries to reconnect with Kaneki, but Kaneki completely distances himself and joins up with her brother and everything like that. And, you know, just how he feels like so empty, so cold because of everything. It's just really really well portrayed, actually. You know, I thought it was a little bit odd that they never had Toka get involved in that final battle in the city, though. I mean, I know they were having, you know, him, not Kaneki, but, you know, who the owl had sent to, you know, watch over her. I'm just forgetting a name right now, I'm sorry. So I know he was going to stop her from, like, getting herself killed and everything, but I feel like it was a bit of a waste, you know, not to have her get involved in at least one scuffle or one fight in those final few episodes. And the final episode, although it was taking her to, like, run there, I thought it was a bit, you know, I don't know if I want to say choppy, but it didn't feel like she would take that long to get there. But up until the end, you know, she missed, like, all these battles, and all these battles were happening, and she's still running there. It felt a little bit odd, but I think we're going to still have a lot to come from Toka in the third season, you know, with her opening up that coffee shop and everything. And I really like the story with the owl and everything like that, the initial one. You know, the old man running the coffee shop. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. You know, I'm just really bad with that. I'm still getting used to all these anime type names. But still really liked his character and backstory, how they showed that and everything too. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about Tokyo Ghoul. Really, really love it. You know, probably going to be finishing Hellsing Ultimate within the next, like, week or so, so probably we'll do a review on that as well. But Tokyo Ghoul, love it. My favorite anime I've seen. I don't think I'm going to find any better, but we'll find out, but probably not. So yeah, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.